at a quiz and you don't want to do it, you can just skip it because you can do some other quizzes. The exams are kind of the summative, all the topics are on the exam assessment. So, like, you can avoid, like, a single mean confidence interval quiz if you don't like it, and maybe do another one, but you can't avoid the exam question on it, because it's going to be on there. Does that make sense? Now, again, same rules apply. Work with others. Use all your resources. Work with your classmates. Those rules still apply. Work with the tutors. I've even talked to them about that now. They'll be guarded. They will not give you answers. Don't walk up and say, can you check this? Because they will walk away from you for my instructions. Don't do the same. Don't do that with me either. I will not check your work. I'll check your logic. If you want to talk me through what you're thinking, I'll check that for sure. Happily, absolutely. But I will not check your work for you, because that's not what we're supposed to be doing. The conversation is, let's get somewhere else. If you just come in and give me your work and say, check it, we're not getting anywhere. We're not getting anywhere. If I'm helping you learn to get something, that's why I love when you talk to each other. Think about the principle of redundancy. Suppose you're working with a group of 4, right? Working with a group of 4, and you're all feeling relatively confident that you've gotten the answer correct, and you've all, suppose, gotten to the exact same answer, maybe even through different ways. Should you feel good about that? Yeah. Yeah, because the chance of all 4 of you being wrong shrinks to 0. I hate to bring 243 up this early in the morning, but that's the idea. Even if one of you had a 50-50 chance of being right, when you exponentially apply that to 4 different people, it shrinks away and gets closer to 0 the more people you add into your group. Ask a 5th person, ask a 6th person, ask a 7th person. They keep shrinking and shrinking away. Redundancy. Redundancy. That's why they put batteries in alarm clocks, for those of you that still use alarm clocks. Redundancy, same exact idea. Now the exams are going to be posted, if you look at the schedule page, one's in week... I thought I clicked on that. Oh, it's over here. One's in week 5. It's pretty bare bones right now. It says exam number 1. Chances are there will be an Excel spreadsheet to go with it to explore some other ideas. And there will probably also be some extraneous links to go out and find other websites to use. So I'll have all those under that. But that'll be hyperlinked well in advance. I'm thinking week 3 you're going to have that exam ready to go. You'll have plenty of time. It won't take you 2 weeks to work on it. But it might take you 2 weeks to find the time that you need to work on it. That make sense? I also put a quiz due that day. That can get moved. That might get moved back or forward depending on, I don't want to have too much due on any one given day. I can move quizzes around, and because we have so many of them, we have that opportunity. Yeah, Chris?
Is there still like half and half take home and
no, it's all out of class now. That's something else I changed. Everything is out of class except for in-class quizzes. Because when I started asking students about the half in, half out versus all, they like the all out, I said, okay. I said, yeah, but these questions are more reedy when they're out of class. They're like, we don't care. We'd rather have that time element in our favor. Please.
Is the second exam second from the final, or separate from the final?
No, the second exam is the
final,
in quotes, if you will. But it really is just the second half of the course. Just like it was, Chris, last term or 2 terms ago when I had you. It's exactly the same thing. It's just the second half of the course. First exam picks up the first, second half picks up the second. We're done. Please.
So it sounds like then an exam is something that can be started well before its due date.
Absolutely, sir. Anything hyperlinked can be started well before. These projects right now, yes, the exam, please, please do start the exam well before, because again, if you wait till the night before, it's many a pot of coffee and maybe not get it done. I had one student try that in 243 last term. Oh, now you expect me to do this last night? I didn't. You just started like a couple weeks ago and whittled away at it until you're done. So what a lot of students will do is they'll get into it in week 3 and knock out 75% of it and see if this equates to you guys. And then they'll leave a couple questions undone. And then as they go through the next 2 weeks, they'll knock out a few more at a time. And then maybe by the last day, there's like 5% they have to do. And they'll do that. And then well, it used to be they would hand it to me. Now you'll submit it in Blackboard. Same idea, though. Make sense, Ben? Great question. Yeah, please do that. I can't think of a worse use of time than making you come in here and take an exam in front of me while I'm watching you. I mean, it should be time we're collecting data and doing analysis and things like that. Make sense? Fair? Believable? And again, I will survey you on this at the end of the course and ask you your opinion on that. You might hate it and might want to go back the other way. I'm curious to hear your inputs. So, please.
What's it been, about 3 terms, 4 terms since I had?
I think so.
About a year, because it was just before graduation last year. I like this format better.
Good!
It definitely looks more fluid and more...
I think so too. It's more connected.
I love the out-of-class tests. I hate in-class tests.
Math anxiety is something I cannot fix. Stat anxiety, I'm assuming, is similar. I can't fix that. So rather than fix it, I'm going to stop trying to fix it and try to alleviate it. And this seems to do just that. I do want to collect data and find out. Okay, go ahead, Kath.
We're not going to do the open closed doors thing, are we?
Open closed doors.
Where if you open one door and you keep opening the next you alternate how you open the doors. And then you have to figure out how the doors would go.
Is this Jolly's Locker problem?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's a great freaking
This
problem.
fold out that I did. Was
No, I remember that. Tied to his wall. I remember
Yeah.
that. No, that's not part of this
Okay,
course.
awesome.
We can make it part of the course. I don't want you to.
I need more
It
graph
sounds like you
paper.
don't need it. It's
I
all right.
need
Don't
more
worry
graph
about that.
paper.
No, you're golden. You're golden. Okay, does assessment make sense? You guys okay with that? All right, excellent. Back here, real quick, there's a grading policy, but we already talked about it, 10-point scale. You'll be getting a progress report from me every week, so this is pretty much an antiquated page anymore because I do all the math for you, which is yay. But it's there if you need it. This rules hints page, this is my least favorite page on the syllabus because it looks like this, and it's got frowny faces. So being Italian, I don't like that very much. So rather than read it to you today, your quiz on Thursday, just like it was in 243 and 105, is a quiz on that page. So if you look at the schedule page, week 1, and scroll down to the website quiz, boop, there it is. It walks you through where you have to go. You have to get to the page. And here's a true-false quiz. A true-false quiz on that page. Your job, find the answers to those questions, many of which have changed. I know if you had me in for a couple terms, the quiz was identical. It actually did change a little bit because I had to, because of Blackboard and things like that. I had to change some of the language. So your job is to go in and say, in my opinion, stupid math questions don't exist. Is that true or false? You'd expect me to find me in my office at any time of day. In fact, you should be upset if you stop by and I'm not there. True or false? Things like that. Go in there and find. Some of them are pretty obvious. Some are fairly obvious. Some are less. There's a thing in this is called a logistic regression. Is it a yes or is it a no? And very few things in life are that certain. But what you spend a lot of time in your life doing, I'm assuming, is you say, is it more yes or is it more no? There's always shades of gray, which is what statistics helps you measure, shades of gray. So some of these questions, because of the way I talk, you might not know exactly if the answer is exactly true or exactly false. Trust me, it will be mostly one or the other, and you'll be able to figure that out from the wording. I've noticed that. Because somebody asked me about number 1 in class yesterday. They said, wait a minute, you can submit an assessment in Blackboard at any time for full credit. And they were confused by the wording on the website. Go read it again. And they read it again like, oh, okay, I got it. It's definitely more clear than I thought it was at first. So give it a good read. I don't think you'll have much trouble with this quiz, just like you did before. How are you going to submit this?
Take a picture.
That's one way, right? You're going to do it on your computer, print it maybe, take a picture. Where are you going to do it, the picture?
Submit it.
Yeah, you're going to go to that link in Blackboard, click on quiz website, upload the document. It gets put somewhere, which I haven't figured out yet. I'll figure that out as I grade it. Hate Blackboard, don't know how to use it just yet. We're going to figure it out. All I know is Blackboard won't lose the document. Please.
I'm curious on the multiple page quizzes and projects and stuff. How to submit those?
The thing, when you read, this is one of those things, if you read the Blackboard submission, you don't have to submit all those pages. Most of the pages of those projects are for you to read to understand. Very often, those pages are 1-2 pages tops. So if that's the case, just take a picture of both pages and send them in.
Okay.
Yeah, don't send me the entire document because I already have that.
So like one picture of a page, send it, another picture of a page.
You just
send
reminded me
it.
of something. Number sampling. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Are
And I might have to clean that up as I go through and learn how to use Blackboard. Yes, David? Go ahead.
Are they in PDF form where you can write in?
Apparently, right now, no, they're not. The way they exist, well, I don't know, maybe they are. I don't know if they are.
I mean, I have a service where
You can copy and paste. I don't know if the form I save them in is editable.
I've got a converter. So
You've got a
I
converter, so you
I
can do
don't-
that.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said, like Rory said, you can copy the questions and paste them if you want to, or just simply, and it says this on the Blackboard thing, just number the problem, and instead of writing the question, just give me your answer. And I'll have them numbered. That's what I just made a note to myself. The sampling project doesn't have numbers for some reason. I'll go put those in before you guys have to turn that in. So you can just create a document and go number 1, A, answer. Number 2, A, answer. 2B, answer. And I'm happy with that. That way it takes up much less space than even the 2 pages that are there. Cool? Appreciate a question. No, you're good? Fair? Decent? Okay. Well, I'm going to be learning with you with Blackboard. I hate it, but I'm going to learn how to use it because I love you guys. All right. So that's the quiz for. That is the quiz for Thursday. Right. Only thing to do this week. I'm going to make up some quizzes tonight for next week for you guys, and I'll mention those in class on Thursday so you can see what. I try to get at least a week's run up for all the quizzes. I try to get at least that much, so I'll try to get them uploaded a week before next Thursday, so you guys have plenty of time to pick and choose through the ones you wanna do.
I would like to make for everybody, keep track of your quizzes, because you can get behind.